What's up, cooks? It's Wednesday. We're going on like week 7 now in the house, and we are both getting a little cabin fever. We want to get out. We want, it's sunny, and yeah, we're just trying to take it all in stride. So I have an Instant Pot Omni Plus right here, and I have a very interesting story about how I ended up with this oven. So we're going to unbox it and check this out because I didn't know anything about this oven. So I'm actually really surprised how big it is. Also, right behind me, Eric's got something going in the sous vide. He smoked some beef, he threw it in that sous vide, and it's been sitting there for 18 hours. So he's going to get it out, and we're going to see how it tastes. So what's up? It's Wednesday. Cheers, y'all. We're on week 7 of our stay at home, and we're going to have a little fun, even though we can't get out and about. So join me. It's Wednesday. What's up? So, interesting story about this. As you know, we tried out the Instant Pot Vortex Oven, which is like a little air fryer oven. It had a rotisserie in it and all kinds of fun stuff. I still have it, but the problem is we've been using it a few times, and if you ran a cook on it and then wanted to cook something else at a different temperature, once it got up to that temperature, it would not change temperatures. It would have to completely shut off, cool off, down to normal, and then we could put in another temperature. Even after unplugging it and everything, there was something wrong with it. So I contacted Instant Pot, and they said, well, do you want an Omni oven? And I was like, I don't really know what an Omni oven is. So I was like, sure. I kind of feel like I didn't want another one of those. So they sent me this, and it showed up on my doorstep, and I was like, this is a full-blown oven. This isn't just like a little oven air fryer thing. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do because I already have the Oster French door. And I've been telling Eric that the Oster kind of makes me nervous because the doors open this way, and then you go in to grab stuff. So while your arms are in here, the hot doors are like this. And sometimes they have a habit of popping back. And I could just see one of these days I'm going to get burned on my arm. So when I got there, so I was like, maybe we'll replace that, which is not very old, with this.
Assuming this works.
Yeah, assuming, everything's okay on this one. So this thing is huge. That's all I got to say. So this is the Instant Pot Omni Plus. It fits 6 slices of bread or a 12-inch pizza. This thing is a beast. It comes with an air fryer basket, a rotisserie, a rack, and a cooking pan. And it even has an app. So let me go grab a chair so I can put this box on it, and we can get this oven out of this box. You should have seen my face when this showed up on the front porch because I thought they were sending me some kind of like air fryer, and this showed up and it was like, wow. 11-in-1 toaster oven, air fry, toast, bake, broil, roast, slow cook proof, reheat, dehydrate, convection, and rotisserie. One thing about the dehydrators on here, because it only has like a rack or two, it doesn't have a lot of room to do dehydrating.
Let's see how big the rotisserie is, because, I don't want to have to do quail. That's not going to fill me.
Yeah. A quail?
Well, the other ones, that's all they fit.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Oh, boo.
Does my boo need a lockdown appliance recovery services for you?
Appliance boo, come on down.
We are considered an essential service here. Jeez.
That thing is a beast.
We might just have to get a wrecker out here.
That ain't no air fryer. Holy cow. Oh my God.
Okay. Glam shot.
Okay, Boo, you're kind of strange. Yeah, though, this is not just an air fryer. I thought they were sending me like a different air fryer. Oh my God. Okay. Which is kind of strange because I'm like, if you bought...
Tell. You're about to drop him.
I'm about to drop it.
Yeah, you got him.
If you bought the Vortex to be like a little air fryer for your counter, and then they send you this thing?
Well, the Vortex is what, 10 quart for the standard?
Oh my gosh. This is...
Ooh, we got buttons!
This is like a wall oven. Oh my gosh.
Hey y'all, you got a little 6-year-old that's driving you crazy during lockdown? Let him play with the buttons.
No, that would not be a good idea.
Oh.
Okay, so we have, I guess this is some kind of basket, like an air fryer basket. There you go. Not nonstick, so that's fun to clean. Anytime there's like these meshes and you put some like chicken wings that have a bunch of sauce on them, that's not fun to clean.
Well, you can let it's not huge. It will fit in the sink, so you can soak them.
So this looks like the rotisserie plus the rack. Here's some rotisserie spikes. We got a tray. I don't know, is this like the drip tray?
Maybe.
So, let me move this around real quick. Okay, it does have owner's manual and this little guide, a getting started guide. So one thing I noticed already is it's got a really big menu on it. So down here it has your crumb tray, and in here it has a light, and you have a regular baking tray and a rack. So it has it has a lot of presets. So if you go air fry, it has all these presets. So potato, wings, beef, chicken, fish, shrimp, and veggies. So these are just presets that have the temp and time already programmed. But you can change that by clicking this. You can change the temp. Clicking again, you can change the time. So we have toast. And toast is kind of interesting because you can go bread or bagel, so it'll do one side or both sides. You can change the number of slices, and you can change the time and toast level. You can go bake. Bake is automatically convection. The convection light comes on. You can change the convection to high fan or low fan. You can broil. You can broil beef, chicken, fish, shrimp, or veggies. You just change the preset, or you can again just change your temp and time if you want to do your custom. Roast, slow cook, reheat, bread proofer, dehydrator, and yeah, so I think halfway through your cook, so if you're air frying halfway through your cook, it beeps so you can rotate your food. You can turn on and off the rotate. So rotate, I think.
Do they have a Lego My Eggo
Oh no, the
setting?
rotate's probably for your.
Do they have a Lego My Eggo setting? Boo?
That's your speed.
Lego My Eggo, yeah.
Rotate is if you're using the rotisserie, but it does have a beep to tell you to rotate the food halfway through. It's their smart program. So cooks, this is the Instant Pot Omni Plus. This is what I was sent to replace the Vortex. It is huge compared to the Vortex. So if you want a small oven, this is not a replacement for the Vortex. This is like the size of a huge toaster oven. So I think what we're gonna do maybe next Wednesday, we will cook something in this. Maybe we'll cook, we'll roast some chicken or something in here. Chicken and potatoes and a little casserole, right? We can do that next weekend to see how this thing works.
If it's a What's Up Wednesday, we need some funfetti. We need to get some cake going in there.
Cake?
Cake.
So, speaking of Eric smoked some beef yesterday. And the problem was, I think his smoker got a little out of hand and it was running about 300 instead of really where he wanted it to run. So it cooked a lot faster. So when he came in, he was like, this is the right temp, but it's not broken down enough. So what he did is he got out the sous vide, and it has been running in this sous vide for 18 hours. So Eric is gonna get his beef out of this sous vide to see how it tastes. So let me get this oven out of here and let's try this beef.
See what I gotta live with, everybody? Go to the end of the video. You'll know what I'm talking about. All right, I had a goof yesterday because that Weber is new to me, right? It's big and it holds way more charcoal than I'm used to. So I kind of learned something yesterday, right? Just because you can put a full bag of Kingsford in a thing doesn't mean you have to put a full bag. So it took off on the temps, but I did taste the meat. I love the meat. The tenderness wasn't there, but it was also rare to medium rare, which is what I want. And with a tough cut like a chuck roast, you have to cook it well done to get it tender, or you cheat and you put it in a sous vide. So I get the best of both worlds. So if you watch our other video where I actually did a sous vide on a chuck roast, I could cut it with a butter knife. I don't need it that tender. I just need something where I'm not wrestling it and then chewing it like a big old steak. That's and then of course you almost choke. So without further ado, I've been cooking it here, 139 degrees for 19 hours, almost 20 hours by now. I don't need to cook it that long, I don't think. Our last cook was about this temperature for like 28 hours. So I could have this thing eaten by then, boo, right? I can take a nap, come back, and eat the other half of it. So
I'm still trying to get sold on sous vide, but anyway.
She's in the background just rolling her eyes at me.
Didn't turn out.
We don't, the chicken is different because you need to cook things until they're food safe. Right here, 139 is not normally considered food safe. Normally you want to cook things to 160, then hold at 140. I'm not even at 140. But some literature out there, don't hold me on this, thinks this might be food safe. So once again, it depends on who you are, who you're cooking for, and do you want. How many people out there eat ground beef that's medium rare or whatever, right? So anyways, let's take a look at this meat. All right, first of all, without further ado, this is an Anova sous vide. It's just an immersion heater, if that's what you want to call it. Immersion circulator. We have what I believe is an 8-quart fully...
9.8 quart.
Oh, 9.8. What's that, 10 liters or something?
9.8 quart.
9.8 quart tri-ply / fully clad Tuxton Homes. That's the name of it? Sous vide stock pot. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and turn this guy off. Dink.
It's cool because it holds an Anova.
Look at this. It just goes straight in there. The Anova just fits in there. He doesn't require a clamp or anything. He's very hot. So we're just going to go ahead and put him on there. And if he stays on there, the hole for that works great. It's in a dishwasher right now, but this hole right here, you can use this lid to do other stuff. There's a little metal part, just clogs that up. This glass is great because you can normally look through it, except when it's all steamed up. So this guy is just wonderful. And let's see the meat. We wanted to keep the water below, well, Amy's over there knocking things over. We want to keep the water below the seal here because I don't want to risk contamination. So, and we might have not have gotten this upper part, so that's operator error. But look at that.
Looks like meat.
We have all this meat. That's just liquid. I put a little bit of liquid in there from after the meat had come off the barbecue. We're going to go ahead and put him there so he doesn't cause a problem while we take care of this pot. All right, we got a little bit of juice in there. So a little bit came from me putting it in there. Some of that juice was in there because I put it in there to start it up, right? Get the party started soon. And then the rest of it was because it cooked so long.
So, did you dry it out, Bill?
Never. Sous vide. The quick advantage of sous vide is if you have a dinner party and people are coming over, well, not now because we're in lockdown, but assuming lockdown's over, and you have people coming over, you say, I expected you 3 hours ago. Sorry, I got stuck in traffic. You're sous vide, you just take it out when they show up, right? No harm. You can let it cook 24 hours or more, no harm. But if you cook normal methods, guess what? It's going to dry out and die if somebody's 3 hours late for a dinner party. So long story short, yeehaw. But yes, you can dry it out if you cook it too long, right? 4 days, you might be risking something. So let's go ahead and take a little nub off here. Ooh, that looks kind of good. I'm going to take a bigger slice off because I want to show you something. But first of all, let's take a quick trim. I'm going right through it.
It's really smoky. I can smell the smoke.
Yesterday, the flavor was there, the tenderness wasn't, and that was to be expected because it was only on the smoker for 2 or 3 hours. But I wanted it medium rare or rare, somewhere between rare and medium rare is what I wanted. But I wanted it to be tender. And if I could have cooked it at a low temperature, maybe 200 degrees for 7 hours or something, it might have got there. Who knows? It's hard to break down. This is a tough cut of meat. This is almost as tough as brisket is because it's all in the same area. It needs a lot of help. You normally cook it to 180 to 200 so it breaks down the collagen and the gelatin and break down the connective tissues. You know how to cook this stuff, right? You just don't throw it in a fry pan and fry it up and say...
So how is it? How would you judge it?
The smoking did a wonderful job to give it flavor. The rub, all that is great. Yes, it does taste smoky.
Is it tender?
Oh, it's tender. Can I cut it with a butter knife? I don't know. I don't need to cut with a butter knife. Steak knife's fine, but look at that. Go ahead. I get that. So right there, you can see the meat's pink. I do got a small smoke ring right there. So the bottom line is the meat is pink because it's rare. I don't think it's really medium rare, but it might be a little more than rare. Steak houses think rare is like 125 or something like that. So, but this was cooked to about 140 degrees. Now we do have the smoke ring, so that's all good. Not all the fat rendered, you know, and I don't necessarily want all the fat to render because fat's flavor. But I do want the connective tissues to break down so it does become tender so you can eat it. Now the question is, can I eat it? Can I cut it with a butter knife? Because I got news for you. Yesterday I could hardly cut it with a knife at all. Look at that, baby.
You got medium rare?
Yeah, rare me. This was with about... We've got a thing on the refrigerator that I use a guide. It says rare is 140. But like I said, steak houses seem to have a different standard. So if you're going with the USDA, I think 140 is considered rare. But this is not bloody. This is tasty. And yes, I cut that with a butter knife. So once again, I'm just gonna take a quick bite. A little chewy, but not bad at all. Definitely not the rubber that you just chew and chew and chew and it won't go away. I say this is great. So I say great to sous vide. It is one of your options when you're trying to cook something that's really tough.
So, cooks, it's Wednesday. We have the new Instant Pot Omni Oven. We're going to try that thing out and see how it works. If I like it better than the other one. I'm thinking it's really big, so that's the only issue I have with it so far. Eric really enjoyed that beef. I think it was kind of an interesting process because before we had sous vide and then grilled it. And this is the first time we sort of did it in reverse. We smoked it first and then sous vide. I think you really like the results because if you sous vide first, then you have like this gray meat that's going on the grill. And you didn't really get that with this because it was already smoked. So,
Oh, no, jus sauce is great.
yeah, and the au jus sauce was really good. So, I don't know. So I think this is kind of a contender in terms of sous vide style. And so you get that smokiness. Let me know what you think about that technique. I hope you have a great Wednesday. I hope you're enjoying yourself and you're staying in and socially distancing and all that fun stuff. We're going to try out that Omni oven, so stay tuned for that. If you like this video, please subscribe below, leave me a comment and a like, and visit my website at amylearnstocook.com. We're also on social media at facebook.com/groups/Amy Learns to Cook. And I'm on Pinterest and Twitter at Amy Learns to Cook. And on Instagram, I'm at Cookin' with Amy.
Come on, do your job, director. All you gotta do is say second for sound and action. No, I'm just saying do your job.
Second for sound. Rolling. Sit. Rolling. Homework. You ready? Set. Cameras on. Lighting.
I'm just gonna give me some peanut butter and jelly, because she's gonna take all day long. Say the magic word, boo-boo. Other than I love you. What's the other magic word? And no, don't buy me a new mixer. What's the magic word? No, what's the magic word?
Pizza.
Starts with the letter A.
Avocados.
You're gonna make me say it. I know you don't want me to say it, because I'm gonna be obnoxious.
Asparagus.
Oh. Action! I wanna live!
Oh, Lord. Set.
Ah.